It's Monday, the 13th of April. Gloomy haven't today. The sun has gone. The sun is off. Anyone there? Anybody there? Good morning, Bob. This is a good Monday morning feeling. So, Northumberland is in, Wales is in. First in the door. If you've found this for the first time today, you can expect this preamble, this broadcast to last about 4 minutes. So if there's something pressing to do, go do it, come back in 4 minutes. And then we'll get going on the snack, the movement snack. So this is where everyone just arrives and settles in. More Wales, hello Wales, keep on coming. It's still a holiday day. Not quite sure what that means anymore. It's not a holiday here. No. Scotland, good morning. Nice banana, Scotland, thank you. Read the brief, Scotland read the brief. Morning, Shrewsbury. Sister Townley, more Wales, come on. Roll up for your mobility. 10 movement minutes in the benefits bag. Coming to a home near you. Yes, a little bit of sun yesterday, and it's a hair wash day, so the hair looks a bit more tamed today. Morning, Summer 10. Yeah, where's the bananas? Code word is bananas this morning. If you read the pre-message, did not anyone read the briefing? Put the briefing out an hour ago, everyone. Okay, let's say 2 and a bit minutes, I think. And then we'll get going. Start to think about where you're going to sit, where you're going to stand. How many bananas in the house? The banana thing came to mind because of the phrase that I used in this morning's message. There was a comment about it's not what you do but the way that you do it, which was of course sung by Bananarama, hence the banana image in my head. Good morning, Kitty, Leslie, Carol, Maddie's in. A new routine is forming. Great to see. More Wales. Minute to go. Should we do a minute? I haven't written down a limerick this morning, sorry, I'll do that at lunchtime. I'll have a scroll through. Good morning, Dublin. Bananas from Dublin. Dublin read the briefing. Thank you, Vanda. All right, 30 seconds and then we're on. We're going live in 30 seconds, everyone. Are you ready? Just sort out your hair, sort yourself out where you're going to sit. All right. Dorset. No bank holiday, lie in. Oh, Sally, you are a winner. You are a winner and a top banana. Thank you, Penny, for finding the banana icon. Right, ready? Enough of this. Enough. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. My name is Bex Townley. It's Monday the 13th of April. This is movement snack number 1 today, if you're looking through YouTube. And this is the beginning of our 4th week of this mission. As always, pick your position, sit or stand, change between the two. We're going to dive straight in with our morning mobility routine. Top to bottom approach, getting all the key areas of the body moving so you can go into your day and enjoy it and move even more. Let's go. Are we ready? In positions, as always, sturdy chair to hand and lots of support at an appropriate height for you. For the morning session, I just wear socks, just because I really want you to see and focus on feet. But of course, wear footwear that's appropriate for you. Starting in stand first, I'll give you the seating prompts in a second. But if you know what's coming, do make a start. So we start to march, we start to walk on the spot with appropriate support as you need. Lift and open through the posture. Just be more mindful that you're standing more upright than you usually do. And now start to consider the ankle and the foot and the toe action. So find the feet. Find your feet and ankles. And this is just a steady pace. We're not looking to get out of breath, breathless here. We're just looking to feel how we move, transfer weight, how feet, ankles and toes play a part in that. And the arms just come in as and when you're ready, 1 or 2, or you can maintain support and switch between the 2. Continue with that in stand, please. So in seated, if this is your posture of preference, we hip walk forward. Feet come with you, flat and anchored, lift up and lengthen. And we can either start from top down or bottom up, whichever is most appropriate for yourself. And it's the same focused, still trying to find feet, ankles and toes. And this march is generated from the floor up, not from the hips here. So try to make the most of that. Then we can bring in arms, 1 or 2, and can you see the focus here? I've got a slightly bent arm, I'm lifted and open, and I've got a backward action as well. Or we can bring the hands together, that may help with coordination, and as and when you can bring them together. So just pick that for you, just find that steady walk or march on the spot. And at the end of that, you'll feel probably that you need to take a deeper breath, but you're not breathless or heart isn't increased too greatly. It just does what it says on the tin and boosts the circulation. Let's continue now with the mobility, starting, I'm going to come a little bit closer, you don't need to see my feet just yet. With the shoulder rolls, so here they are, up, back and down, and the focus here is what I call finishing off the job. So make sure they come all the way down. You may want to pause just a second between each one and try to get as much backward press as we can. Release the arms here, so don't just try to isolate that there. And in seated on this, either hands on the thighs here, or depending on what kind of chair you're in, release them to the side. Or it may be more comfortable to support the arms and hands. So just whatever you need to do to be comfortable, but the primary aim is this movement here. Okay, just have a release, so just between 1 to 5 of those. And now we're going to move up to the neck movements. Just before we do that, just a little bit more on the arm marching, just a little bit more, and focus on this backward press a little bit more. Exactly the same in seated, 1 or 2. So just a little bit more backward press. Now we're on head movements. I'm going to come closer so you can see, but you're still in sit or stand. And we have the slow turn back to centre. And it's slow and controlled, and you're literally feeling your way around this movement. So no speed, no momentum, we're not pushing or pressing, we're just turning, coming back, and just take your time in the middle and feel how that is for you. And it's a definite sideways turn only. Up to 5 of these in total in each direction. And whilst you're taking those head turns, lifted and open posture all at the same time. So we keep this activity, this activeness in the centre, and that just comes from lengthening out from the ribs to the hip here, So everything else about us is active but relatively relaxed. Coming even closer for the final neck and head movement. Have a look at this one. This is this head movement here. So it's my gaze remains forward. This is the most important thing. So if I were to look head on at you, actually you can't see a lot happening. So you can see here my gaze doesn't change and we're not lifting. Gaze stays forward. Give you a 3D one of this. Look. And it may be, depending on how your head position currently is, that movement might be quite small. That's okay. All of these movements are significant to a lesser or greater degree, depending on your start point, as it were. All right, so we've done shoulders, we've done two neck movements. So just have another little bit of that, a little bit of a release. If you're getting a bit tired in the posture, have a pause and then grow again. And now we're on the trunk movements. I'll show you the seated one first. If you know what's coming in stand, of course, continue. Because we're going to take a turn. Let's take the feet a little bit wider. You can use the ankles to do that. So feet firmly on the floor and buttocks firmly on the chair. And just give your buttocks, your glutes an extra squeeze just to make sure you know where they are and they stay anchored to the chair. And here we take a turn. Head comes as well, glance to the side, pause in the middle. No pace, no momentum, it's turn and return, pause in the middle. And you might want to take an extra pit stop in the middle, grow again so we get that optimum lifted turn position. Supporting hands if you want to, or walking round if you want to. Take your time, be mindful of the weight distribution across your buttocks, and in stand we don't have the buttocks to consider, but we do have this hip position, and of course we have the legs. So keep using support if you require. And can you see, as I turn, this is my imaginary support, as I turn my hips stay fairly fixed. Now in daily life, as we twist and turn, of course your hips will move, but the primary aim now is just to consider that mobility of the trunk a little bit more. Again, 1 to 5, anything in between on that, take a pause. Everyone now just return to a little bit of circ boost and a little bit more mindful of this backward arm press position, and continue to consider what's happening with the feet. Next movement is side bends. So prepare in the chair if you know what's coming. In stand, a wider, slightly wider position. This will help with balance. And again, I don't want to challenge your balance at this point. That's not what this is about. It's about movement. So take up support, and it's a sideways bend. And return and alternate. So they alternate. Pause in the middle, this way so you can see. Can you see my knees are a little bit bent? This enables me to really kind of help fix and stabilise this whole position. I can relax the arms here, or I can squeeze down to the side. As you squeeze down, have an extra pull in through the tummy. So contract in here, squeeze inwards. Please keep breathing. In seated it's the same, so continue with that in stand, take your slow side bends. In stand it's the same. Really key here to anchor the glutes. Really consider that both buttocks remain fixed and anchored to this chair, so that when you take the bend and come back up again, this fixed position here supports your balance and keeps you really literally nailed to the chair, so that I'm just mobilising the trunk. Okay, so as I go this way, I need to work actually quite hard to keep buttocks in the chair. Support if you prefer. Pull in as you go down, so a little bit more activity. Lengthen and then go down. And again, you may choose to add in here a little reach out to the side if you prefer. All of these mobility activities are working the posture muscles quite hard, and the muscles here will tire just in the same way that your legs or your arms or your shoulders do. And of course, when these muscles start to tire, the posture starts to droop. This is why we're here. And then when I lengthen up, that takes activity, that takes muscle activity to do that, which is why routine and accumulation of time in these positions is important. Where were we? Back extensions. In stand, here's the back extension. So we've been doing this same routine now. So if you know what's coming, off you go. Don't wait for me. Up and return. Arms here, if comfortable. If not, keep using support. Up through upright posture, plus an extra squeeze. Keep the gaze forward. So if I was to do this towards you now, I can still see you, I can still see you, I can still see you. I'm not taking my gaze upwards. In the chair, it's the same. If you prefer to do this one seated, come and have a sit, have a hip walk, and there it is there. Gaze remains forward. All of this activity is slightly lower down in the back, and it's a nice one to do all throughout the day. Crowbar it in your day. If you've spent a lot of time in a flexed position, just take the time to extend. Which leaves us on, these are ankles, by the way. Ankles and feet. So in seated, two options. It's this one. This one. Now this one, think about stretching toes as well. You can see you've got some hip activity going on. If that feels a bit too squeezed for you, you might prefer this option, back and forwards. Don't forget to do both legs. And as I say most mornings, be specific about this. Don't just wave it around. It's not how we optimally get this flex and extend gain, and you can really get the toes in on that as well. If lower limb is feet, it is not going to be beneficial for you, then stick to the hip walk and the leg travel. If for whatever reason ankle mobility isn't appropriate. In stand it's the same, it's the heel toe. And on this one again, support, support, support. 3, 4, 5 of those, good range of movement, quality range of movement. And if you're confident with that one, we've been taking this stand ankle range into something a little bit more functional with the step, heel up that way, peel off the toe this way. So really deliberate heel strike, heel back behind. Do this with support so the balance isn't a concern, and really feel your way. All right, just before we go then, let's crowbar in some heel raises. So if you're in sit or stand, hip width on the feet, power up, and slow, 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 slow down. At this bottom end here, just move the feet, just have a little bit of move, set up again. So I've started to layer in these words, quick feet. So just a bit of an extra adjustment for no other reason than I want you to move your feet and transfer little adjustments in the feet before you go again. In seated it's the same, back and down, heels up, squeeze, lower down, and just a little bit of quick feet. All of these are designed to really fire up the feet and ankles, help with reactive steps, help with staying steady on feet. That's it. More heel raises. Heel raises into your daisies, remember. Jockey lifts or sit to stand when you can. That's it. Back at 12. More of the same. Happy Easter Monday. We're still in the holiday season. Your commitment is incredible. Seeing consistent numbers here. So routines are forming, and that's what this was all about. We're talking about routines, mobility, flexibility, sit and stand balance. There's one element that we're not addressing in these movement snacks, and I just want to throw that in now. We're not addressing huff and puff. We're not addressing aerobic fitness, and there's a reason for that. But needless to say, at some point in your day, if you're feeling a little bit breathless because you're walking around or doing more, those are even more golden, those movement minutes. So continue feeling slightly breathless throughout your week. When we do more, when we're more active, it's a very usual response to feel a bit more breathless, and this is good. See you later, 12 o'clock. Keep on moving. You know it makes sense.